What's up, legends? So this video is for someone I know because they wanted to get into trading, and I thought I'll make a somewhat of a boot camp, a mini course, a video series explaining everything that I know in this space, right? So these are going to be the chapters: what are futures, why trade futures, what country you're from, I am from, what are contract rollovers, this is the derivative market, how is futures related to current prices, and why are you making money or losing money, right? So let's get started with what futures are, right? Futures is exactly what it sounds like. It's the future. You're trying to predict the future. And what is the future based on? The present. So here you see NQ1. I should show you again. This is E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures. Click on this. And on this side, I'm going to open US 100 or NAS 100, US Tech 100 Index, right? So I'm going to go to 1 hour chart. When I say 1 hour chart, that means one candle is 1 hour, right? So if you look at the bottom, it's 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 2 p.m., 1 p.m., 12, blah, 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 so on and so forth, right? So I go to the hourly chart on both of them, and they're nearly identical. Nearly, not exactly, because there are differences obviously in terms of volume and all that. But by and large, it's the same thing, right? For example, to get the lowest low, so this is 21,471, and here this is 21,455. So there's a difference of what, let's say 15 to 20 points. The reason being, today is June 15th, right? Today is 15th of June, and usually on the 16th or the 17th of June, what happens is there's a contract rollover. And what is contract rollover? This is what a rollover is. So what month are we on? We're on the 6th month, right? So the rollover is going to be 16th. So tomorrow is the rollover, right? 15th, 16th. So right now there's not much of a difference in between these two, right? However, let me go back a few weeks or a few whatever, and let's say I want to go back to this area, right? So draw a line at the bottom of this candle and the bottom of this candle, right? The difference here is about 100 points, right? So 296, 297, and 376. So this is the spot price, spot current price, right? And futures price is expected price at the end of the contract date, right? So what date is this? This is 11th May, right? And there's a difference of, let's say, about 100, right? About 80 points. The reason being that the contract changes every 3 months, right? So this is basically at the end of the second month. There's a difference of about 180 points, right? Just to understand this, I'll show you gold. This is the chart of the spot gold, the spot chart for gold. What is spot? Current price. And GC is the futures contract for gold. So as you can see here, you can see what time when these expire, right? So for example, GCM is expiring in June 25, GCN July, August, so on and so forth, right? And you always want to trade on the latest contract because that's where you get most volume, most liquidity, so you can have good fills, right? You try to enter a position at 303.5, you want to make sure you get filled at 303.5, not 303.4 or 303.6, right? So we want to make sure of that also. So coming to the current remove drawings, yeah. Let's again we take another random position on the. So this is 338.338 and this is 358. So about a $20 difference. Why? Because in the future they're expecting this to rise by $20. That means when this contract expires, if you look at today and that day, it's going to be a lot of difference, right? So the last candle closed at 3,452 and this one was at 3,432. So still $20, but when this contract expires, this is not only going to push the price of the spot up, but also the contract rollover going to be adjusted automatically. All you have to know is just trade the latest contracts, right? So this is what a futures, why trade futures. So yeah, let's take a look at why we should trade futures, right? This is a speculation market. There's no value connected to this. There is no real value that you can't invest in futures. You can just trade futures, right? If you want to invest, you have a lot of patience. Go be an investor, not a trader, right? So why would you ever try to trade this, right? Any point this happens, right? I'm just gonna go back to a 15-minute chart and I'm gonna take a random position on the map, right? Random position, random, right? So people like me, different speculators, they come to the market and they're like, oh damn, some people say this looks like a bull flag, you know, I mean, go down, get a bull flag, and then continue going lower. So what is that person going to do? They are going to sell here, right? And if they sell here, what they want is for price to go down. Let's say, just for example purposes, right? I short this. When I short this, it means I make money when it goes down, right? So I make about $10 for every cent, right? So let me go at $100. If I go to $100, you see, oh, I sell and yeah, this is $100. So you can see on the right, it's 651.25 and 646.25. So that's about $5, right? $10 you make $200, right? So every $10 you make $200. So do whatever you want with that information, right? So if anyone's shorting, they're expecting prices to go down. By definition, that's what short means, right? So they sell here, they're targeting this, and their stop loss is whatever, right? They don't want it to go here, you stop loss here, here, or whatever. I don't care, right? This is what someone would see if they were hopping onto the charts, right? They're expecting this to happen, or they're betting for this to happen, right? If it happens or not, we'll find out. Probably not, right? Because I remember exactly what happened. Right. So you lost your money, right? So at this point, you lost about $500, right? Let's see. I don't think you can see the history. Oh, that's not the history I was looking for. But we were up 130. Let's say we lost 1,500 bucks, right? So from here to here, you lost 1,500. What does that mean? You lost $1,500. That means someone on the other side who said, "Hey, I think prices are gonna go up because whatever the fuck the reason is, we are here and prices will go up." So they buy. And how did they buy? I'll show you that also. Actually, fuck it. Buy. So if prices go up, they make a profit. If prices go down, they make a loss, right? As you can see, plus and then minus. So you don't have to think about who's on the other side. It's just suckers betting on the market, right? It's speculation, prediction, calculated guess, gambling, whatever you want to call it, right? For me, it's an educated guess, but you do your thing, right? So you will long or you will short. The reason you make money is that at this point, let's say, let's take a look at this range, right? This range. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right? So at this point, when we go up, someone's expecting prices to fall, right? So they go short here, meaning they make money if it goes down, they lose money if it goes up, right? At the same time, same place, right? Here, someone says it's gonna go up. So this guy buys, and this guy sells, right? What I'm explaining is very, very important because this is gonna help us understanding and pointing out where liquidity is most likely to be found, right? So this is an area of indecision, consolidation. So which usually happens after large move, right? You see this large move, consolidation, large move, consolidation, large move, consolidation, right? So someone buys here, and let's say it goes down here, and they sell, right? So they are out for, let's say, lost 500, right? And I'll make this, dashed just to show you that, just to refer to that person. Okay, fuck it. This person lost $1,000. The one who sold at this exact point is plus $1,000. Let's just do this so that it's easier to read. Plus $1,000, right? This is unrealized, right? Unrealized, because if you close, let's say your account balance is 10,000, right? I mean, you should never be risking 10% of your account, but just for simple numbers purposes, this is what I'm talking about, right? So there's two people, right? Balance unrealized is down $1,000, so 9,000, and then this guy unrealized 1100, right? So the moment you close your position is when you go from unrealized to realized, right? Balance realized unrealized. Right? 10K, 10K, 1K. Right? So at this point, if someone who's losing $1,000, he closes here. So his balance here is at $9,000, right? Let's say the one who's in the shorts, not in the buys, holds it till here, right? So all while we're going down, his unrealized P&L increases, and here he goes ahead and realizes it. So you make $2,000. What the fuck does that mean? You made $2,000. I mean, someone who lost 1,000 here. There's so many people in the market, right? Someone lost maybe $50. Someone lost $50 here. Minus 50, right? Someone lost $300, right? Doesn't matter, right? A lot of people lost money, and you were on the right side of the market. That's why you made money. You shorted anywhere here, you made money if it was here. But if you waited to realize that till it got back here, then you lost that money. You're back at 10,000, right? Because you did not realize that profit, right? So you're not essentially making money from the market. You're taking money from someone else who's betting on the opposite side of the market. Is it ethical? I don't know. This is exactly how it works, right? This is all about speculation, and this is all about making money, making a better predicted guess than everyone else. And this is the science, People say it's buying and selling pressure. Some people say it's support and resistance. I mean, I can understand why, right? You see, there's a support zone here. I'm going to explain why this is not support and, this is resistance. I don't know, it was resistance all this way, and then once it broke out, broke out, and then this became support, right? You could hypothetically say that, right? But it's not as simple as that, and this is what I'm here to talk to you about. So that was chapter 1. That's all for today. I'll go ahead and make another one. Let me show you how many chapters I have actually. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters, right? And 6 chapters should be good enough for you to get started in trading and hopefully make some money. All right then. Peace.